Trump administration imposes new travel restrictions, citing national security concerns. On June 4, 2025, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order restricting the entry of foreign nationals from 12 countries and imposing partial entry limitations on 7 others. This action, effective June 9, 2025, aims to enhance U.S. national security by addressing deficiencies in visa vetting and screening processes. Full entry ban. The executive order imposes a complete entry ban on nationals from the following countries: Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Yemen. These nations were identified as having inadequate information sharing and identity management procedures, posing potential risks to U.S. national security and public safety. The U.S. government is committed to engaging with these countries to improve their screening protocols. Partial entry restrictions. In addition to the full entry ban, partial restrictions are imposed on nationals from the following countries: Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, Venezuela. Citizens from these countries are permitted to seek temporary work visas, but are subject to enhanced security screenings and stricter documentation requirements. Exemptions. The executive order includes several exemptions: lawful permanent residents of the United States, individuals holding valid U.S. visas, diplomats and certain international organization personnel, athletes participating in major sporting events, including the FIFA World Cup and the Olympic Games, individuals seeking entry for humanitarian purposes, such as refugees and asylum seekers, subject to additional vetting procedures, rationale, and implementation. President Trump emphasized that the restrictions are necessary to protect American citizens from individuals who may intend to commit terrorist acts, threaten national security, or exploit immigration laws for malicious purposes. The executive order directs federal agencies to review and enhance existing regulations and procedures to ensure the safety and security of the United States. The Department of State, in coordination with other agencies, is tasked with evaluating and adjusting policies related to visa issuance and entry requirements. International reactions. The executive order has elicited varied responses from the international community. Some countries have expressed willingness to cooperate with the U.S. to address the identified deficiencies in their screening processes. However, human rights organizations and certain foreign governments have criticized the measures as discriminatory and counterproductive. They argue that the restrictions disproportionately affect nations with limited resources to improve their vetting systems and may hinder diplomatic relations. Legal considerations. The executive order is expected to face legal challenges. Similar travel bans implemented during President Trump's first term underwent extensive litigation, with the Supreme Court ultimately upholding a revised version in 2018. Legal experts suggest that the new restrictions may encounter similar scrutiny, particularly concerning their impact on individuals seeking asylum and potential for racial or national origin discrimination. Conclusion. The Trump administration's latest executive order reflects a continued emphasis on national security and immigration enforcement. While the measures aim to address vulnerabilities in the visa vetting process, they also raise important questions about the balance between security and humanitarian considerations. The effectiveness of these restrictions in enhancing U.S. safety will depend on their implementation and the international community's response.